Al Shalamti, Hotep, Tenestelin, Namaste. Gentlemen, precious ladies and learning students, yours truly, Dr. Yates, the host of Bible Quiz Question, is saying to you, Wakanda. On this episode of Bible Quiz Question, I'd like to say, vigilant men, virtuous ladies and learning students, please get writing materials. For example, pen, paper, or pencil and paper. Most of all, get a hold of the KJV version of the Bible. KJV stands for King James Version of the Bible. Get a hold of the Bible, because on this day, whenever you're watching this program, whether it be at this television station or on YouTube or on streaming, I'd like to encourage you that on this day, you are going to learn a lot of what's written in the KJV Bible that perhaps you are not aware of. So I'm saying to you, please get on the telephone, text someone on your cell, and tell them to watch Bible Quiz with yours truly. My names are Dr. Richard Yates. Previously, we have had many questions being asked on this program. A quick review of some of those questions, and we are going to go into also the questions of this day. But before we do that, let me bring to your attention some of the questions that was previously asked so that you can have an idea of what this program is about. And this is in the interest of those folks who are watching Bible Quiz Questions for the first time. Some of the questions are, how many books the KJV Bible is comprised of? In other words, how many books are mentioned in the Bible? The answer to that question is 66. They call 66. Here is a hint or a tip for you to member that. Not remember, but what? Member that. Member that, member this, member it. It is often been said in the teaching of Christianity that the mark of the beast will be carrying a number. And those numbers are 666. All you have to do is eradicate, erase, or obliterate one of those sixes, and you'll remain with 66. That's how many books in the Bible. Just remember, it is being said that 666 is the mark of the beast. Just take away one of those sixes, and what would you remain with? The 66. Those are the amount of books in the Bible. The previous question was asked on previous program. How many books are in the Old Testament? The answer is 39. They call 39 books. The New Testament, how many books in the New Testament? 27. They call 27 books are in the New Testament. Previous questions like, what name the Creator called the first woman? Do you remember that question was being asked? What name the Creator gave the first woman? The answer was, it's written in Genesis chapter 5, verse 1 and 2. The answer is really in 2, but it's always good to read the verse before. And the answer was, she is also called Adam. One of the other questions that was asked previously was based on how many books in the Bible you cannot find the word God is mentioned. And the answer is only one book. And that book is titled the Book of Esther, where you would not find the word G-O-D mentioned at all. So on this day, what we're going to do, we're going to give you the opportunity to learn new questions pertaining to the KJV Bible. Remember, it's a quiz, Bible quiz. So, get pen and paper, get a notebook. I would full encourage you to get a book, an exercise book, and title it Bible Quiz Questions on Safe TV 2. For those folks who would like to call and answer the questions, if you can't get through on the line, then my telephone numbers are 592-693-3388. Those numbers again, the numbers are 592-693-3388. You can also call my cell. If you don't get through, then simply leave a name and number. I'd be more than happy to keep in touch with you. Now, I'm going to give you the opportunity to view the questions on this day. And as you view those questions, we'll come forward and we'll answer, give you the opportunity to call and answer these questions. Stay with us, right? Al Shalamti. Again, I say Al Shalamti. Vigilant men, virtuous ladies, and learning students. Welcome again to Bible Quiz Questions. For those folks who had the opportunity of reading some of those questions or all of those questions, I'm for encouraging you to answer the question that you feel most comfortable with. So, what we do, we'll go to the telephone. I will give you an opportunity, as the telephone number is mentioned on the screen, we'll give you the opportunity to call and to answer the questions that you've seen presented not too long ago. The first question that is going to be answered by you, the callers, is, what is the name of the first country mentioned in the KJV Bible? What is the name of the first country mentioned in the Bible? If you have the answer to that question, you can call us right now, and the telephone numbers are 218 the number will be written on the screen, so you can see it there, all right? For those folks who are not, if you already know what the number is, you can call. Or like you can call 592-693-3388. That's my cell number. If you want to get into the program and mention the answer to the question. If you do not have the answer to the question, we'll come up with a second question, and in the meanwhile, I'll give you a chance to think about the first. Let's go to the telephone and see who's on the line. Shalom to you. Greetings. Thank you for calling. Where are you at as you're calling?
Hi, this is the lady from Echoes.
Well, congratulations to you. You're a faithful viewer and watcher of the program and tributor.
Yes,
Uh,
thank you.
you're welcome.
I just want to say good evening to you and good evening to all the viewers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to say a blessed Sabbath to all those who are honoring the Sabbath.
Happy Sabbath to you too.
Thank you. The question about Saul, how
Mm-hmm.
many times the name Saul?
It's mentioned in the Bible.
Question?
No, actually, how many persons really? Yeah.
Right.
Are
Okay,
called
how
Saul.
many persons
Are
were
called Saul in the Bible.
I would say 2.
Okay. And what part of the Bible would you say that's mentioned?
Okay, the first one was the King Saul.
That's true. Yes, correctly.
Second one was Saul who became Paul
Okay, and that's in the book of Acts. Beautiful.
in the book of
Yes,
Acts.
that's right. Congratulations. Thank you so much for being a tributor. You always come through for us with
Yes,
the
I
answers.
always watch your program. I love this program so much.
Tha-
It inspires me and it's giving me more knowledge and help me to remember most important points in the Bible.
Thank you so much. And how many folks have you encouraged so far to watch this program?
No one
What? Why are you so self-centered?
because
All you have to do is text them. They said,
if
watch
they're
Safe
listening, they
TV
don't
2.
get the channel 2.
Trust you me, they're going to get it. They're just telling you that. You just tell them, watch Safe TV 2, and then they're going to get it. Call folks, all right?
Okay,
But
thank
thank
you.
you.
And thank you so much for the program.
And you're welcome so much for watching and for us coming to you through with Bible quiz questions.
I really love if you get more supporters and you can have more programs during the week because it's very educational for the Christian people, you know.
Yeah, actually for everyone. There's some questions coming up like that, and I'm so glad you're on point with that. Thank you so much. And have yourself a pleasant Sabbath evening.
Okay, you too. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks. Great. All right. So the one with how many times Saul is mentioned in the Bible, that is being answered. Let's see what's on the telephone. And Al-Shalamti, greetings. Where are you at as you're calling?
Church in Guyana, Shalom.
Shalom. What part of Guyana are you calling?
Georgetown.
Did you say Buxton?
Georgetown.
Oh, Georgetown. Nice accent. I like your accent. Georgetown. What part of Georgetown are you calling?
Princess Street.
Oh, in Princess Street. All right, great. Wonderful. And which one of the question would you like to attempt answering this evening?
I would like to attempt answering the second question about which, who the Bible really is for.
Oh, wow, yeah. I like that question too. That's one of my favorite ones because it is said that the Vedas is for the Hindus and the Quran is for the Muslims. And definitely the Jewish people use the Torah, right? Then it's asked, then who is the Bible for?
The Bible. All right, I would like to attempt that. The Bible is for
Uh-huh.
the Yehudis that you call Jew.
The who? The what? The who?
Judeans, Yehuda.
The Yehudans, okay?
That I know.
Oh, that they
is
call
Jew.
Jews. Are they called Jews in English?
It is, yes, I think Jew is specifically called Jew in English.
All right, okay. All right.
So
All right.
that's my.
That's your answer. You know what? And I am thankful for your answer because I am quite sure other people would like to answer the question also, so we'll get an opportunity to hear what they have to say, all right?
Sure.
Thank you so much for calling. Great, all right. So the Yehudis, right, which is using the Hebrew term instead of saying Jews, because most folks are not aware that the letter J was only invented in the 1600. So prior to 1600, there's no such J was mentioned. That's why she's being linguistically correct. Shalamti, greetings. Where are you at as you're calling?
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Where are you at as you're calling right now?
South.
South Rumveld?
Yes.
Thank you for calling. And which one of the questions you would like to answer?
When the Creator turned Saul into Paul.
Oh, wow, wow. Okay. When did the Creator change Saul's name into Paul? When was this?
On Damascus Road.
On the road to Damascus?
Yes.
Wow, this is good. And where is that found? What book is that, in the Old Testament or the New Testament?
Acts.
Acts. And Acts is in the Old Testament or New Testament?
No.
Good, wonderful. So in the New Testament, the book of Acts You're saying that there is where we can find that the Creator changed Saul name to Paul, right?
Yes.
As he was drawn to the road to Damascus. Thank you so much for coming through, and thank you for telling us the exact book. You're right. It is the book Acts that is talking about Saul's conversion. And Acts is in the New Testament. So you are educating people out there who may not be aware that is a book called Acts. Wonderful. Great. However, folks, I also opened for other answers to that question. The lady is saying that the Creator changed Saul's name to Paul when he was on the road to Damascus. Let's go to the telephone lines. Who is there? Al Shalamti, thanks for calling. Greetings. Where are you at as you're calling? Okay. All right. Great. So, there are other answers that can be given. Your answers matters here. Remember this. It's a Bible quiz question. It's not a preaching program. It is not a program also to assail any religion or any denomination and to cause any controversy, anything of that sort. No, folks. It's an opportunity for all of us to learn collectively. Remember, the key, main source is the Bible when it comes to answering the question. All right? Let's take the first question again was, what was the name of the first country mentioned in the Bible? That was the first question that we like to ask so far. There it is. What is the name of the first country mentioned in the KJ Bible? All right? Let's see who's on the telephone line and give them the opportunity to answer any of the questions they saw. Al Shalamti, greetings. Where are you at as you're calling? Where are you at as you're calling? Okay. All right. They got phone shy on that one. Okay, folks. The second question, okay, I'll just show you the first one. The second question that we asked so far, as we can see it on the screen, there are telephone numbers you can call for those folks perhaps who are waiting for the numbers. The second question, the first one was, what is the name of the first country mentioned in the Bible? If we can see the second question that was asked on the screen, that would be great. Wonderful. Right. Oh, and that one was already answered. Okay, was it answered? Let me see the second question again. The KJV has 66 books. How many of the books have? Oh, I like this question. This is a good one. The KJV Bible is of 66 books. They call it 66 books. How many of the books have a woman's name? Or how many books are named after female? All right? I like that. That's a good question. Because sometimes we go through the Bible, we see the names of many of the prophets of male, like Isaiah and Jeremiah and Obadiah and Nehemiah and Malachi and Habakkuk and all these, and Matthew and Mark and Luke and all these guys' names mentioned in there. But, you know, it's nice to learn, though, how many books in the Bible how many books have female names mentioned in the Bible? Okay, how many books you will find female names mentioned in the Bible? That's a very good question. Let's see what other questions we have here that maybe you would like to attempt answering, if you can handle those questions. That's a nice follow-up. How many of the books of the KJV, in other words, how many books in the Bible were written by a woman or by women? That's a good question. I like that. That's a learning question. Let's go to the telephone line and see who's there. Al Shalamti, greetings. Thanks for calling. Where are you at as you're calling?
Hi, I'm calling from Echoes.
Yes, wonderful.
Yeah. The question about how many books were written by women, that would be 2 women.
Okay, and what are the books that were written by women? What are their names?
Ruth and Esther.
Ruth and Esther. Okay. Are you sure they were written by women?
Well, that's the book of Ruth and the book
Well, Esther, well, don't you think that those names would be more appropriate for the question of how many books in the Bible has female names?
I think it is about the one that was written by women.
Yeah. Did you see the other question, though? It asks how many books in the Bible have this question right there. Did you read that question right there?
How many of the books have a woman's name?
Yeah.
I'm aware of Esther and Ruth.
Right, and Ruth. So I think that would be a good answer for your question. I mean, for that question. It would be more appropriate, all right? So you can say, I know 2 female names, right? Right. And that would be Esther and Ruth, okay? Do you know any other book in the Old Testament that has a female name? Go through the scriptures, go through the contents.
Okay, I'll call back.
Okay, thank you for calling.
Okay, bye.
Folks, you see how it's important for us to really learn the Bible and also of the Bible? Many of us, we have that book for years. We carry it, and sometimes the pages even fall out of it, so long we had it. But are we really studying the Bible? You know, I mentioned before in the first program that this program, is not only about the Bible. We'll also learn about the Quran. We also learn about the Vedas. We'll also learn about the Torah. The other religious books we'll learn, all right? So this program is also encouraging other religious literatures that represent different religions, which we talked about. That's another question we asked originally. What are the names of the 5 major religions in the world? And we mentioned Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, Christianity, and the youngest one is Islam. And that was one of the questions we asked previously. What are the 5 major religions of the world, or in the world? Major religion we're talking about, major. And that would be Hinduism, Buddhism. Hinduism gave birth to Buddhism. Then we have Judaism, and out of Judaism, you have Christianity and Islam. Those are the 5 major religions in the world. So we'll learn about all of them. Because remember now, Guyana is an amalgamation of people from all over the world, cultures, and the 3 major religions in this country, Guyana, are Christianity, Hinduism, Islam. Major we're talking about. There are other religions in Guyana being expressed, but we talk about major, meaning the majority of the people say they practice those religions. Good. So, for those folks who are not aware, I'm surprised no one called this evening and mentioned what's the name of the first country mentioned in the Bible. Folks, the first country mentioned, I'm going to share that with you because you didn't call and mention it. The first country mentioned in the Bible is the country that Dr. Yates resided and lived in for 6 years. It's the only English, I'm sorry, that's Guyana. It is the only country in Africa that has never been colonized. And that country is known by many people around the world as Ethiopia. Ethiopia is the first country mentioned in the Bible. Interesting. Why would Ethiopia be the first country mentioned in the Bible? Perhaps in the future I'll do a television program about Ethiopia, how many times Ethiopia is mentioned in the Bible. Are you aware that in the KJV Bible, India is also mentioned in the Bible? However, Ethiopia is the first country, not Jerusalem. That Jerusalem is not a country, Jerusalem is a city. Not Israel. Israel is not the first country mentioned in the Bible. Not Egypt. Egypt is not the first country mentioned in the Bible. And all these other countries you're aware of, they are not the first country mentioned in the Bible. If you were not aware of that, now you're learning that from yours truly, Dr. Yates. The first country mentioned in the Bible is Ethiopia. And Ethiopia is the only country in Africa that has never been colonized. How symbolical that is, isn't it? All right? Okay. Let's look at some of the other questions. For you folks, it seems like you've been stumped this evening of answering the questions. So let's see some of the other questions that were not answered. Okay? All right. How many books in the Bible are written by women? The answer is 0. No book in the Bible is written by a female. They're all written by men. Even though you will have books in the Bible that have female names. Not one book of the six books were written by any female of the Bible. Even though they gave some of the books female names of women. Let's go to the telephone line and see who's on the line. Okay, all right. All right, so that answer, okay. What about this one? Which verse in the Bible is the shortest? Which verse in the Bible is of the shortest words? I should ask, the question is really, which verse in the Bible is the shortest, right? Or which Bible verse is the shortest? Okay, let's go to telephone and see who can answer that. At Shalamti, thanks for calling. Where you at is you're calling?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
North Rumville.
North Rumville. And which one the question you'd like to answer?
The shortest word.
The shortest verse in the Bible.
Verse, yes, verse.
What verse is that?
Jesus wept.
What is it?
Jesus wept.
That's true. Jesus wept. And where is that found? In the Old Testament? What book in the Old Testament that's found?
In the New Testament.
Ah, very good. It's not in the Old, in the New. What book in the New Testament that is found?
John.
John, what chapter?
I can't say.
Okay, all right. Thanks for calling. Okay. All right. Al Shalamti, greetings. Thanks for calling. Okay. Okay. You can't say. Folks, it's always important for us to really study the word, but I want to thank the woman that she gave the correct answer. Jesus wept is the shortest verse in the Bible and found in the book of John. Now, in the future, I'll go through all that with you folks based on where it's written, all that. Al Shalamti, thanks for calling. Where are you at as you're calling?
I'm calling from South.
South from Veld. And which question would you like to answer?
How many girls, female names in the Bible?
How many what?
Female names are found
Yes,
in the Bible.
yes. How many female, listen to this, how many books in the Bible, we're talking about books, in the Bible that have female names? How many books?
6.
Yes. Can you name them?
Ruth, Sarah, Esther, Rosa, Luke, and Jude.
Slowly. Say it again for the audience so they can hear it.
Ruth,
Ruth,
Zara,
Zara.
Izara,
No, we don't have a book in the Bible, in King James Version Bible called Izara.
Esther,
Esther.
Rosa,
The next name is what?
Hosea.
Hosea. Hosea is, you say Hosea was a female?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who told you Hosea was a female?
I just guess.
Good try now. Hosea was a prophet. That's not a female. But good try, though. It sounds like a female name, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does sound like it. But that's not a female. And the other one is?
Luke and Jude.
Luke and Jude?
Yes.
Well, Luke was known to be a physician, and that's one disciple of Christ, and that was a male. Okay, and so was Jude. But I like your attempt. Very good. Okay, are you watching the program for the first time?
No.
Okay, thank you for watching, all right? Keep on watching. Wonderful. Folks, I have to go. This, fortunately, is the word. It's only a half an hour show. By you calling me or calling the television station and giving a attribution or a donation to sponsor the program, we will have more time in the program. My numbers are 693-3388. 693-3388. For those folks who are watching it on live stream, 592-693-3388. This is your friend and Bible quizzer, if there's such a word, or Bible host of the Bible Quiz program is saying, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for supporting this program, and thank all the folks who've called, who participated, and for those who are learning and writing. I say unto you, Wakanda, Shalamti, Al, Shalom, Salam, Hotep.